Good morning, I'm Bethany Vaughn. We're at Red Hot Yoga. This is Power Level 1 on Wednesday morning. This class is fantastic. I'm going to lengthen your arms long out in front of you. And if you need space around where your shoulders and your neck meet, take your arms slightly wider. You can also crawl your fingers a little further forward, creating more space. And when you position your forehead on the mat, do so in such a way that the back of the neck is feeling long towards the crown of the head. Some of you may need to move your chin slightly away from your chest or slightly towards your chest so that you can find that space. Your inner upper thighs are in contact with your low ribs. Those of you who are back injured or pregnant, you want to get that upper to lower body support. It's important so that you can relax in the pose without stressing or straining the back. And then when you feel like you can take a deep breath in and out through the nose, start breathing parallel so that your inhalations and your exhalations are lasting the same length of time. You can also use Ujjayi style breath. This is breath that not only can you feel it, you can actually hear it. And we're going to take 8 more breaths here, breathing evenly in and out, using Ujjayi style, coming into the present moment. Notice how you feel physically, emotionally, mentally. Practice acceptance. However you feel at this moment is exactly as it's supposed to be. And then notice, just as you can make physical adjustments, you can also make mental, emotional adjustments. If you have an inclination to suffer, we're going to practice today letting go of that sense of trying to find happiness through sadness. It won't work. Trying to find happiness through suffering. So let go of any of that sense of achievement that you may have been taught comes with suffering. And embrace emotions, sensations, such as joy, accomplishment, success, happiness, contentment. You know, whatever it is that you are constantly feeding yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally is what you are going to have within you. Take a cleansing breath if you need to. And then we're going to take a couple more breaths here, setting your intention for your class, and once you've set your intention, you release it, and you trust. The universe knows exactly what it's doing. And then at the bottom of your exhalation, take your low belly in, up and back. And on your next inhale, we'll rise onto all fours. Line up your knees underneath your hips. Line up your wrists underneath your shoulders. Line up your feet behind your knees. And you can choose to keep the tops of your feet down, or you can tuck your toes forward. If I need to feel more grounded, I typically tuck my toes forward. Relax your neck and take an inhale breath with a neutral spine from your tail to your crown. And on your exhale breath, you're going to tuck your tail and start rounding your back towards the sky. This is cat. On the inhale breath, lifting from the chin and chest, spine goes towards the mat, tail lifts up last. This is cow. And then tuck into your tail, rounding your back and bringing it into cat. And move into 8 more rounds of cat-cows. You can move your hips forward and back. You can make circular motions with your hips, go in both directions. Keep your breaths even. You can bend your elbows in between your cats and cows. Thread the needle, taking one arm underneath the other, opening up through the side body, all through your shoulders and your neck. Amp up your RHY. Many of you are experienced. You want each and every time you come to the mat, do not take away from yourself in any way. Give yourself every single opportunity.
Music, Sound of the Ocean, Native American.
To have the most complete practice, you are to feel fantastic. Y'all are so strong. Waking up and warming up your spine. Round your back so deep in your cat that you drag up onto your fingertips. Finishing up with your last rounds. Neutralizing your spine. Tuck your toes forward. Take a deep inhalation through your upper back. Fill the space between your shoulder blades. And on the exhale, lift the seat up and back into downward facing dog. Move your feet back an inch or 2 away from your hands to have the proper distance in your down dog. And then walk your dog. Bending alternate knees. Take a little hang time in each of your heels. Lift up one leg, drop the heel toward the opposite bite, open up all through your hip, side body, roll the ankle out, go in both directions. Turn both your feet to the left, drop your hips down to the right, vice versa, side to side. And then we'll hold our downward facing dog for 2 more breaths. Now when you're in downward facing dog, it's a resting position, but the only way that it really starts to feel restful is if you engage fully. You must engage your legs, draw your low belly in, relax your head, strengthen your arms. Take one more breath here. We're going to come to down dog many times throughout the practice. Then look to the space between your hands. And we'll walk up into that space. And take your feet hip distance or wider. And bend your knees generously enough that you've got low ribs touching high thighs. Relax your head. Back injured pregnant. Hands stay on the ground for support. Otherwise, grab opposite elbows, thumbs in the creases of the elbows, head turning right and left in a no motion, head nodding in a yes motion, circular motions with your head both directions, stilling the head, switching the grip, then the hips move side to side, bending alternate knees, hips left, torso right, and vice versa. Side to side, back and forth. Little bit of weight forward toward the toes, hips aligning over the ankle bones. Every time you exhale, feel your spine extending and your elbows getting slightly closer to the earth. And then come center and hang the arms like a rag doll. Back injured pregnant, feet stay hip distance, hands walk up bent legs. Otherwise, toe heel to feet, they come side by side. Hit your thighs back. Tucking the tail down, round yourself upright. And once you're upright, shoulders go down and back twice. And then come to the very top of your mat. Toes, heels, ankles to touch. Hands at heart center. Connect with your breath. Eyes are open. Inhale, breath. Arms go up. Exhale, bow. Head is relaxed. Left foot goes back, knee goes down. Low lunge. Hands to the mat. Step back. Lower to the ground. Hands 12 inches forward. Tops of feet down. Inhalation. Low cobra. Pull the hands back. Tuck the toes. Exhale, down dog. Take the left foot. Step it up. Low lunge. And come up to forward fold. Rise up and back. Exhalation, bow. Head relaxed. Right side, knee goes down, low lunge. Hands to the mat, lower the floor. Hands 12 inches forward. Inhalation, low cobra. Hands back. Exhalation, down dog. Up the right foot, low lunging. Coming up, forward bending. Rising up and back. Exhalation, bow. Left side, knee goes down, hands to the mat, lower to the floor, lay your forearms down. Inhalation, Sphinx. Pull the hands back, exhalation, down dog. Left foot comes up, low lunge, and come up to forward bend. Rise up and back, exhalation, bow. Right side, knee goes down, hands to the mat, lower to the floor, forearms down, Sphinx. Pull the hands back, down dog. Up with the right, low lunging. Coming up, forward fold. Rise up and back, and bow. Left side, knee goes down. Step it back, lower to the floor. Hands stay where they are, curl it up, cobra. Exhalation, press it back, down dog. Taking the left foot, step it up. Low lunge. Come up, forward bend. Rise up and back. And bow. Right side, knee goes down. Deepen your lunge. Lower to the floor. Curl it up, cobra. Press it back, down dog. Take the right foot, step it forward. Come up to forward bend. Rise up and back. And bow. Left side, knee goes down. Step it back. Lower to the floor. This time go wide and high on the fingertips. Curl it up high. And then exhalation. Press it back. Up with the left. And forward fold at the top. Take it up and back. And bow. Right side. Knee goes down. Lower to the floor. Wide and high. forward bend. Take it up and back, and bow. Left side, knee goes down. Step back, hold, high push-up plank. Left hand, left foot, center line, stack right on left, Vashisthasana, hold. Add your variations if you like. Modification is put bottom knee down. And then come to high push-up plank. Bend your elbows straight back, chaturanga. Inhalation, curl it into up dog. Exhale to down dog. Take your left foot, step it forward, and forward bend at the top. Rise up and back, and bow. Right side, knee goes down. And we step back and hold, high push-up plank. Right hand, right foot, center, stack, turn, open, Vashisthasana on this side. Modify if you need to. Add your variations. Mirror match your sides. High push-up plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhalation up. Exhalation back. Coming up with the right. Forward bend at the top. Take it up and back. And bow. Left side, knee goes down. Breathing. Lower chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Left foot forward. Forward bend at the top. Take it up and back. Bow. Right side. Lowering chaturanga. Curl it up. Bring it on back. Up with the right. Deep forward bend. Up and back. And bow. Left side, knee goes down. 2 more rounds. Lower chaturanga. Inhaling. Exhaling. Up to left. Deep forward fold. Take it up and back. And bow. Right side. Low. Inhaling. Exhaling up to the right. Deep forward bend. Take it up and back. And bow. Last round. Left side. Knee goes down. Make this your best round yet. Moving with your breath. Inhalations, upward motions. Exhalation, downward motions. You step up with the left on an inhale. You forward bend on an exhale. Take it up and back. And bow. Right side, last side. Knee goes down. Lowering chaturanga. Curl it up. Press it back. Then you come up with your right. Now when you complete your right side, you're going to hold this forward fold. Taking your feet hip distance or wider. Cleansing breaths are appropriate. Cleansing breaths are in the nose and out the mouth. And just notice as you inhale and as you exhale. When you inhale, what can you take in? When you exhale, what can you let go of? We have to breathe. So we might as well use our breath to our best advantage. Now you can hook your big toes with your peace fingers. You can scoop up your heels into your palms. You can step on your palms. It's one of my favorites. You can interlace behind you and stretch your chest open. And we'll be here for 3 more breaths. So if you started with one variation for a couple breaths, then you want to do another variation, you have time. Lift your seat a little higher, pull your little belly in, take a little way forward towards the toes. Releasing your variations. Toe heel your feet side by side unless you're modifying. And we're going to bend the knees to sit into our imaginary chair. This is Utkatasana. Shoot it up. And on the exhale, bow down. We're moving into B series sun salutations. And looking up halfway now, you can step or jump back to Chaturanga. Inhalation, breath, upward dog. Exhalation, downward dog. And the left foot comes up for warrior one, and we'll hold this first one. Left knee bending 90 degrees. Right leg straight and strong. Chest squaring forward. Eyes up. Head can go back if it's comfortable. Then hands come to the mat. Step back. Use your belly strength. Try not to drag your foot. Lower Chaturanga. Inhalation. Exhalation. Right foot comes up. Warrior one. You're going to hold the pose. Bringing the left hip as far around as you can. Bending the right knee. Squaring the chest. Eyes are up. Arms are straight. Head can go back. Beautiful. Hands come to the mat. Lower Chaturanga. Inhaling. Exhaling. Down dog. This is where down dog truly starts to feel like a rest. Look up and step or jump. Folding in. We bend the knees and sit to the imaginary chair. Shoot it up, and on the exhale, bow. Look up halfway. Come on back, lower. Inhale and exhale. Take your left foot up for warrior one, and as soon as you're up, you bring it right back there. From your down dog, you'll take your right foot forward. Warrior one. And as soon as you're up, nice poses. Come right back down. Beautiful. We'll all meet into downward facing dog. Then I'm going to give you the option to flip your dog from this down dog. If you don't want to flip your dog, that's perfectly fine. You can just lift one leg and drop the heel toward the opposite button. You're going to move the left hand and the left foot a little center. And take the right leg up. Drop the heel towards the opposite button. And then flip it over if you like. Good. Then flip it right back over. And we'll do the other side. Right hand, right foot towards center. Left leg comes up. Flip it. And flip it back over. Just waking up our spine in a back bending direction. Then look up, step or jump, folding in, bending your knees. We sit to the imaginary chair, shoot it up, and on the exhale, bow. Looking up halfway, let's bring it on back. Inhaling and exhaling. Take your left foot up for triangle. Come directly in. If you need to use a block, you can put a block behind your left ankle. You always want to have one line across your shoulders. So if you're up on height, then that top arm does not reach straight up. You keep that nice long line across your shoulders. Engaging both of your legs, tucking your tail, turning your waist, your chest, your shoulders, your neck. Then use your right arm to help you come upright and turn your feet so that they face the long mirrored wall. Putting your hands on your hips. You're gonna drop the tail, roll the chest open, and then exhale. Don't send your seat back. Lift it up as you come forward. And put your hands down. Walk back. And grab your ankles, putting your head on the mat. It's early, so breathe into wherever you might be a little bit tight through the backs of your legs. And whenever you get the opportunity to have your head below your heart, not only will the gravity help to lengthen the spine with an actual gravitational pull, it will also help pull the air into your lungs. You can breathe in more deeply, easily. And it strengthens and increases your lung capacity because you can get more air in, but then also you have to push the air out. So as we take 2 more breaths here, we're not just noticing, can I straighten my legs, can I get my head on the ground? We're working to increase the depth of our breath as well. And it feels good to breathe deeply like that. Take in your air, take in just another little bit of air each time you inhale. And when you exhale, exhale all the air out and force that last little bit of air out. That is how you get a deeper, larger lung capacity. Then inhalation, rise up. And toe heel in a couple times. Then we're going to turn your right foot in and your left foot forward. Raise your arms above your head in the prayer position with the thumbs crossing only. Lengthen up and lean back. And then come forward for Parsvottanasana, placing your head onto your knee. You'll notice that your weight rolls to the outside of your forward foot. Engage your thighs, both of them, and then the outer shin squeezes in on both legs. Get the balls of the big toes down. Then the head can come to the knee. Pregnancy's doing triangle. Then hands in prayer above the head. Inhalation, rise. Step up to the top of the mat. Bend your knees and sit down into your imaginary chair. Listen to the instruction. We're going to take the left arm behind our back. Fingers reaching towards the back of the neck. Right arm bending, holding left hand. If you need a strap, go ahead and grab a strap. Take the left leg, cross it up and over the right. Wrap the foot. Place it behind the calf as you're able. Pull in the belly. We have Garudasana, eagle legs with Gomukhasana, cow face arms. Focus and breathe. You can lean forward a bit. Keep elevating the elbows. For 3, 2, 1. Gently releasing. Sit right back down in your chair. Then shoot up. And on the exhale, bow. Looking up halfway. Come on back. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's take our right foot forward for triangle. If you used a block on one side, you got to use it on the other. Straight legs, one line across the shoulders. Tuck the tail, pull in the belly, lift through the chest. Two more breaths. Lengthen through your right side body. You can act like someone's pushing on your top ribs and you bring the length into your bottom ribs. Good. Then inhalation breath, rise. Turn your feet so they face the long orange wall, the long edge of your mat. And you can take arm variations or you can stand on your head. I'm going to put my hands into interlace. You choose. Make sure your feet are parallel. Take an inhale breath. And on the exhale, fold. Try not to send your seat back. Send it up. Take the arms up and over. If your head normally comes on the ground when you hold your ankles, your head should still come on the ground. Several more breaths here, because we're working on increasing the lung capacity. Deep inhalation using gravity. Forceful exhalation. If you are standing on your head, you're going to make your way down. And then everybody, inhalation coming up. Toe heel in a couple times. Turn your left foot in deeply and your right foot so it faces forward. Take your arms above your head in prayer, switching the thumb grip from the last time. Lengthening, leaning back. Chin on the chest, and come forward. Head coming to the knee, level your hips. And remember that instruction of engaging the thighs and squeezing the outer shin in so that you can get the ball of your big toe to stay down onto the ground. Try to relax your neck. Good. Then put your hands in prayer above your head. Inhale and come up. Then step to the top of the mat, bending your knees. Sit down in your chair, and this time we're taking the right arm under and the left arm over. And now we'll cross the right leg over. Wrapping the foot. Eagle legs with cow face arms. Breathe into your shoulders. If they're tight, work with them. You can lean forward. And gently release. Sit right back down in your chair. Shoot it up. And on the exhale, bow. Looking up halfway. Come on back. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking your left foot up for warrior one. Hold your pose. We're going to twist it. Taking your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Make a fist with your right hand and palm it with your left. Pregnancy, up to 7 months, you can put a block onto the mat about 6 inches away from your foot on the inside, and then you can turn and open your chest. If that doesn't suit you, you can stay upright and just gently turn a little bit of the waist. Good, and release. Place the hands down, step back and lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Then we're going to take the right foot up for warrior one and twist it. Left elbow goes to the outside of the right thigh. Turn and twist. Put a fist with your left hand. Palm it with your right. Notice how your right hip tries to scooch out to the side. Reel it back in, lengthen through your waist, turn your chest, shoulders, neck if it's comfortable. Good, and release. Hands go down, step back, and lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Holding your downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Reconnect with your breath because it's always in the present. sit down in your imaginary chair. Shoot it up, and on the exhale, bow. Look up, come on back, lower. Inhaling, exhaling. Take your left foot up for warrior two. Gaze is over your left middle finger. Inner upper thighs are pressing apart. Your left knee is bending at 90 degrees. And we're gonna flip the left palm and reach it back. Now you can put your other hand at your hip, your thigh, or your calf. I really like the hip. It's like you can press in there and deepen the bend in your knee as you lengthen your side body more. If you've never tried it, it's worth it. For 3, 2, let's slide it. Konasana. Right hand either behind or in front of your foot. Pardon me, left. And then take the other arm over. And use the arm and the leg to open your hip. Turn your chest away from the floor. Notice if you're gripping your toes. It's really common in the pose, so press the heels. Good, and change. Step back and lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful, let's do the other side. Go ahead and step up with your right foot. Warrior two. Right knee bending 90. Go wide enough that your knee is directly over the edge. Go wide. You're gazing to the right. Inner thighs pressing apart. Flip the right palm. Reach it back. And mirror and match where you put your free hand on the other side. If you use that hand to hip, notice that. Deepen the bend in the knee. Lengthen through the side body. And then exhale, slide. Konasana, side ankle flank. Using the arm and the leg. Opening up the hip. Tuck your tail. You'll notice that these poses are always in the sequence because these poses are all of your fundamental poses. Turn your chest and change. Flow. Look up. Step or jump. Fold. We're going to bend the knees and sit down into the imaginary chair. This is our last B. Shoot it up, and on the exhale, bow forward. Looking up halfway, step or jump back and lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Take your left foot up for warrior one, and let's open heart this warrior. Bending the elbows at 90 degrees. Send the elbows forward, hands back, heart up. Good. Change. Hands go down. Bring it back and lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Right side. Open-hearted warrior one. Bring it back down. And we'll meet in down dog. This time, taking 5 breaths in our down dog. Notice the difference between this down dog and your very first down dog. Notice if the eyes of your elbows are looking at each other. If you can keep the thumb and index finger side of the hand firmly down. Relax the face, the neck, the tongue, strengthen your belly instead. Inhale to step or jump up. Exhale to fold in. Inhale as you sit down in your chair, sit as low as you can, and come all the way up. And bring your hands to your heart. Good morning. Morning. Have some water. Set up your mat the way you like for the rest of your practice. Get whatever props you need, blocks, straps. I'm going to be talking from my mat just so that the folks who are watching can see me too. So if you don't mind while I talk, so if you turn around so you can see me and I can see you, I appreciate it. Thanks. I'm going to shut the music off. Active child's pose. I was talking about whatever you take in is what you have within you, and whatever you let go of. It's really important to understand that we live in a universe of duality. Our existence is one of duality, good, bad, right, wrong, yes, no, of opposites, and so that's within all of us as well. But we become not only what we think on a regular basis or a regular diet, but also what we feel, and hopefully those two things coincide. And then take it a step further, where you put it into action, it should also be what you say and how you act. So what you think, how you feel, what you speak, and how you act should all behave, would be a better word, should all match. And we all know that we have the ability not to do that. Usually it's fear-based, where we say things we don't mean out of fear, or sometimes it can be malevolent out of manipulation. Or we don't want to hurt someone else's feelings, so we lie, which doesn't really work out. And so I read something once that was like, what are you made of? What happens when people squeeze you? And it said, if you squeeze an orange, you always get orange juice, because that's what's in there. And so then the analogy was, what do people get if they squeeze you? What's in there? And you know what's in you. And I used the correlation with the breath. You inhale, you take the nutrients. It comes with toxins too, right? We know that, we live in Atlanta. And then we exhale, and we have to. And you can do this very same thing with every single thing in your life. Take in what you need, let go of what you don't. Know that when you take things in, sometimes the source of good information comes in a really rotten package. You don't have to keep the rotten package, you can just keep the good information. We can do this, and if you use your breath in that way, you start understanding that you can not only do that in your mind, but also in your feelings and also in your actions. So I just wanted to this is about letting go of what doesn't serve or benefit us and bringing in what truly does, and watching how that will manifest more and more in our life. I know this to be true. I wouldn't speak it if it wasn't. Let's come to the top of the mat and move into our practice a little bit more deeply. And you, of course, came with an intention, work your intention as well. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a cleansing breath if you need it. And on the inhale breath, raise your arms up. And as you exhale, bow forward. Then look up halfway and step or jump back and low. Inhaling, throw the chest up, and exhaling, press into downward facing dog. Now we're going to take the feet so that they're side by side, and on an inhale breath, lifting your left leg skyward, stepping forward, in between the hands, coming into Anjayanyasana. You're on the ball of your back foot, front knee bending at 90, low belly pulling in, chest rising. We're going to lay the torso on the front thigh, place the hands on to the mat for a little added support, and then lift the back leg like balancing stick, only we're going to keep the left hand down and then take the right arm up as we turn it into the beautiful half moon. So a little bit of a different way to get in there. Those of you that practice with me all the time know that I don't like one-trick ponies. I like you to have a range of different ways that you can get into each pose. Then we're going to put the hand back down but leave the leg up and take it up into standing split. Lifting the leg skyward, amp it up. And notice what you're breathing in and what you're letting go of each time. Good, and then step the feet so they come side by side, bending your knees, sitting down in your imaginary chair. Let's shoot it up, and on the exhale, bowing forward. Looking up halfway, let's bring it back. Inhalation and exhalation. Bring your feet toward each other, lifting the right leg up, stepping it forward for Anjayanyasana, crescent. You're on the ball of your back foot, right knee is bending 90, belly's in, chest is lifting. Lay the torso on the forward thigh, put the hands down for a little added support, and then as you exhale, lift the back leg up into balancing stick. Now keep your right hand down and lift your left hand up, opening it into half moon. Focus and concentrate. Turning the waist, turning the chest, turning the shoulders, turning the neck. Then hands come down, leg stays up, and we transition into the standing split. Lift the legs up, keep going. Every time you get bored or your mind starts to drift, focus again on your breath and on what you're doing so that you're tying in the thought with the feeling, with the action. And then step your feet side by side and bend your knees, sitting in your chair. Beautiful, shoot it up. And on the exhale, bowing down. Looking up halfway, come on back, low. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's take our left foot forward for warrior two. Good. And then look to the right, and then slide to the left for Parsvakonasana. Only this time, we're gonna bind. So you take your left arm under and your right arm behind and bind. But you don't want your chest facing the floor. So turn the chest away from the floor. And if that's not happening, then you should have your strap. And you drop your strap from your top hand to your bottom hand, which will allow for the chest to open a lot more. Now those of you who are quite experienced, I'm going to invite you to take the triangle bound, straightening the left leg. Notice if when you're doing this it feels a little too tense, then keep a micro bend into the knee, okay? Because it's a little bit more of an advanced pose than just level one. Turn the waist, turn the chest, Shoulders, these look good. Good. Release your binding, and we're coming upright. Turn your feet to face along your wall. Only toe heel them in just a couple times. Now we're going to turn the feet away from each other. If you're able, all the way out. The important thing here is that you get your tailbone to tuck under so that you get your hips even from front to back, and then pull the shoulder heads back so they stack over the hips. And start bending the knees. You can have your hands just in prayer. You move a little left, a little right. Hold. Inhale up. Turn your right foot in and your left foot forward. Raise your arms above your head. Come forward when you get parallel to the mat. Take your right hand to the outside of your left foot and reach your top arm up, revolving the triangle. Good, y'all are looking very nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to build on that, taking it into a little bit more advanced pose. So you go to your working level, and what happens here is put your right hand in front of your left foot about 6 inches, and then lift your back leg, still maintaining your twist. This is called Parivrita Ardhachandrasana, the revolving half moon. Good, then hands to the ground, and step your feet side by side. Bend your knees and sit in the chair, fire up those thighs, shoot it up. And on the exhale, bowing forward. Looking up and coming back, step or jump, low. Inhaling and exhaling. Take your right foot up for warrior 2. And then look to the left and slide to the right for Parshvakonasana. And bind. Right arm goes under. Left arm behind. Turn and open your chest away from the earth. Use your strap if you need to. Drop it from your top hand to your bottom hand. And then, if you had straightened your leg on the other side, go ahead and do it now again. Revolving the triangle while you're bound. Release your binding and come upright. And turn your feet so they face the long edge of your mat. Toe heel in a bit, and turn your feet away from each other. And from here, go ahead, lift that tail, lift the chest. Hands can be in prayer, or you can take on full goddess, where you have your arms at shoulder height, palms facing out, nice, Laura. Go ahead, back and forth. Work those hips. Hold. Inhalation, come up, hands on the hips. Now the left foot turns in super deep, and right foot turns forward. Arms come up, lean back a bit. As you're coming forward, when you get parallel with the ground, take your left hand to the outside of the right foot and revolve that triangle. Then bend in the forward knee, moving the left hand forward of the right foot. Lift the back leg. and try to keep the rotation. Hands to the mat, feet side by side, bend the knees, sit in the chair, come up and bow down. Look up and come back, lower. Inhale in, have it exhale. Drop down on your knees. Bring your knees towards the top of your mat. Take them wide. Drop back to the double salad. So knees are apart. Big toes are touching. Put height under your back if you need it with blocks. Go ahead and start to come back. If you need a block, you can grab one. Sometimes when we get into a pose like this, where we open the front of the hips and we have our belly facing skyward, the throat starts to grip, and we start pressing stuff that we need to let go of back down. I need you to let it go. Take a cleansing breath if you need to. Clear that space in your throat. You don't need that stuff anymore. If it's coming up and it's making it all the way to your throat, it's time to either speak or breathe or act, but let it go. It's not yours to hold anymore. You know how our kids grow up and they get too big for us to carry? That's a good thing. Bad stuff does that too. It gets too big for us to carry. You gotta let it go. And then slowly make your way back up. Come up as evenly as possible. Good. Stand up on your knees with your big toes touching. And put your hands on your hips. We're gonna drop it back into camel. If you don't prefer to do camel this way, you can bring your knees hip distance apart and your feet directly behind your knees. We're gonna loop the tailbone down. Roll the chest open, slide the shoulder blades down, and arc backwards. Grab your feet as evenly as you can with your hands, and lift your chest. Take one more breath. Push your spine towards the front of your body. Nice, Chris. And then inhale and come up. When you come back down, you're going to be sitting on your heels, and then this is a great time to take the pose. It's called Bharvadrasana. It's a twist. And so all you do is lift your seat, bring your knees together, and bring your feet over to the left. So you're sitting on your right buttock with your legs to the left. And you take your top foot, your left foot, and you stack it in the sole of your bottom foot. Good, and you'll notice you're tilted a little bit over to the side, right? So use your hands to try and get your sitting bones down, because you can. And if you can't, then you take a block and you put it underneath your right buttock. So if you're really tilted over to the side a lot, then you want to take some height to help balance you out. Okay? And then take the back of your right hand and put it on the outside of your left leg. Simple twist. And pregnancy would go the other way, so you're in an open twist. Gently releasing from there. Go ahead now, you just come on your knees and you move your feet to the other side. Now you've got your right top of your foot or ankle in the left arch. You can put your block underneath your buttock if you're tilted to the side. Sit up nice and tall. And take an inhale, and on the exhale, turn and twist back the hand to the outside. It's an interesting twist because it looks simple, but then it's really far. Can you feel that? You feel it, right? I do, right in my waist. Turning the waist, turning the chest, turning the shoulders, turning the neck. Good. And releasing from there. And then from there, simply just bring your legs forward. We're going to take a compass pose, everybody's favorite. So the left leg is going to go over the left shoulder. And if you're not quite to compass yet, then you can just hold on to your leg in the first position. And I'll come to the front in just a second and show you. Let me just show here. This is the pose we're going into. Take your left leg, bring it over your shoulder. So this is the first position of the pose. So you can stay here working on opening. Yes, the bottom leg can be bent under, it makes it more advanced because you have less to hold you upright. Okay? And then from here, if you're comfortable, you take that hand that was holding the foot, you bring it over the top of the foot, you bring the other hand, turn it around. Take a deep inhale, get taller, and on the exhale, straight into the leg, and show the chest. There's lots of space in your body, you just have to go find it. Squeeze your thighs, pull in your belly, lift your chest, engage more, press your arm in your leg, your arm, and turn and twist. 3, 2, 1. Good. Then we're going to go to the other side. So bring your right leg over your shoulder. You can stay here, working on lifting your chest, and just holding the leg and breathing in the hip. Or you can take the hand, bring it over the top, put the other hand down, lift and turn and twist. Turn your waist, turn your chest, turn your shoulders, turn your neck. Even if you make it another millimeter further, like that is that much closer. Good, and then releasing from there. Fantastic. And twist and tap bends go really well together. We're like friends together. Lie down onto your back, and we're going to go into either bridge or wheel. We will do 2, so you can do a bridge, and then after do a wheel if you want. You can use a bridge for prep if you want to. Back issues, block under sacrum. Pregnancy has to do wheel. Go ahead and tilt the pelvis towards the face and lift the hips for bridge. wheel, your arms will straighten and you lift all the way up. Fingers are pointing towards heels. One thing I like to do to enhance either the bridge or the wheel is to bring weight towards the heels and it'll move your chest higher. Good, and then slowly articulate your spine back down. Take a breath. Now you have the option to go into another bridge or you can take it up into wheel. If you're going into wheel, fingers towards the heels, taking an inhale onto the crown of the head, and then exhale, going all the way up. And lower. Feet together, knees open, Supta Baddha Konasana. Use your hands, please. Close your knees together. Rock and roll yourself up the side. And we go upside down. We'll only be upside down for a couple of minutes. So if you want to pick something challenging for you to work on, it's a good time to do that. Plus, it's early in the day, so going upside down builds confidence, but it also increases your awareness and it's very uplifting, it's stimulating. Shoulder stand is not like that. It's kind of both, but you can do shoulder stand before bed. But all the other inversions wake you up. So you can stand on your head, your hands, your forearms. You can use any wall. If you want to lay over a block under your sacrum, you can do that. If you are pregnant, you must use the wall, even if you're a proficient practitioner, because you can't fall. Stand on your arms over your legs. Lifting legs straight now. Yes. Straighten your legs, straighten your arms. Pull your belly, tuck your tail. Don't see the shoulder. Push the core away. Yes. Breathe as normally and clearly as you can. Come down and rest. Four breaths. If you're in shoulder stand, you drop it into plow, and then you come down on your back. If you're in anything else, you're going to take the child's pose. If you find there's tension into your neck and shoulders while you're in child's, interlace behind you and stretch your arms up and over. You can even turn your head slowly to the right and to the left so that you release any pressure that you might have around your neck. Good, and then slowly unwind, and we're going to bring it into happy baby. I could teach you guys all day. Doing this again at 6, you should come back. Go ahead and take your feet apart, and then rock east and west. Holding the feet in your hands, massaging your kidney band. At the beginning of the class, I said this class is fantastic. And that was not a testament to myself, that was to you guys, because this Wednesday class is special to me. I only teach in the morning on the weekend, and then this day. Because you guys rock. And then come center and give yourself a good squeeze. It's a highlight of my week. And then put your feet down and move your hips left and pull your knees in and drop your knees over to the right. Supine twisting. And lift your top leg followed by your bottom. Move the hips over to the right, pull the knees in and drop the knees over to the left. Lift your top leg, followed by your bottom leg. Bring it center line. Shavasana. Shavasana is very important, and I know at this time, a lot of you have a lot going on. This is the only time you get. If you have to go, I get it. But if you can, you stay. You take 5 minutes at least for each 30 minutes of practice. So this practice calls for about 10 or 12 minutes of rest. And you have the time. The next class here doesn't even start until noon. So rest a bit. Let your belly rise and fall. Bring your arms down by your sides. Close your eyes. And I read to you a little something. This is from the Dhammapada. It's called Twin Verses. Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Suffering follows an evil thought, as the wheels of a cart follow the oxen that drive it. Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Joy follows a pure thought, like a shadow that never leaves. He was angry with me. He attacked me. He defeated me. He robbed me. Those who dwell on such thoughts will never be free from hatred. He was angry with me. He attacked me. He defeated me. He robbed me. Those who do not dwell on such thoughts will surely become free from hatred. For hatred can never put an end to hatred. Love alone can. This is an unalterable law. People forget that their lives will end soon. For those who remember, quarrels come to an end. As a strong wind blows down a weak tree, Mara, the tempter, overwhelms weak people who, eating too much and working too little, are caught in the frantic pursuit of pleasure. And as the strongest wind cannot shake a mountain, Mara, the tempter, cannot shake those who are self-disciplined and full of faith. I thank you for letting me teach you. Namaste.